Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, October 3rd. I'm Wayne Alley, and this is WGTV Today. Thanks for being with us. I appreciate you sticking with us. It's a little after 7 o'clock, and that means that today we're here with WGTV. We're at the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fairgrounds. It's been a great, we're about halfway through, I guess. A little over halfway. The fair goes for 10 days. There was a sprinkle or two, yes, but the fair is going strong. A lot of participation, a lot of people out here, great crowds, everybody having a lot of fun, and the food is just fantastic. It's not just fair food, it's great fair food. Fair food, fair. It's great. It's great food at the fair, the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. I hope you take advantage of this. It's only $6 at the gate, and the gates open at 4 o'clock this afternoon. At 5 o'clock, it's the cheerleading contest. Excuse me, that's at 5 o'clock, it's the cheerleading contest. Don't forget the Great American Midway opens at 5 o'clock as well this afternoon for the rides. Ride the rides. I mean, it is the fair after all, and one of the best Midway systems in the entire country is Powers Midway, and that's who we have here in Wayne County, and they are the best. Yes, indeed. You will enjoy it. Also, don't forget the great fair food. Well, we talked about the food. Here we go again. The food is great. Also, a lot of activities. I mentioned cheerleading. We have vocational competition. Auto mechanics is this evening at 5:30. Also, later on in the evening, we have a talent contest, grades 3 through 5 in the entertainment arena. We have the Almost Amazing Rex and Dana Ryan performing throughout the evening, the Western Gunfight Show, the Thrill Show, the Magic Show, the Illusionists, lots of stuff. The vintage farm equipment is always a lot of fun to look at near the red building there. The recycle cycle is in place. Just a lot of activity. And see, that's why this fair goes for 10 days. 1 week just doesn't do it. I mean, you've got to go for 10 days because there's so much to see and do. Don't forget the livestock arena. Don't forget the rabbit and poultry arena. That's always a lot of fun, too. Just a lot of stuff at the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. Also, remember, as a side note here, don't forget for 13 to 18-year-olds, there's a lock-in coming up this weekend at the Wayne County Library on East Ash Street. Call Brandon at the library for details on this, but it's only for 13 to 18 years of age. Only for 13 to 18 years of age. Be sure you call Brandon and ask about that, and it will be well chaperoned, parents. Don't worry about a thing. It'll be very safe. It is a lock-in. After all, there'll be a lot of things for these 13 to 18-year-olds to do at the lock-in, all right? All right, we're going to start our program today with George Racher. George is the Shriner. He is going to tell us all about, first of all, he's going to tell us about the Shriners, and then he's going to tell us about the event coming up this Friday, day after tomorrow, the big Shriners Fish Fry benefiting the children's hospitals. The children's hospitals will benefit from the Shriners Fish Fry. All the net proceeds from the fish fry go to the children's hospitals. He's going to tell you about the hospital, tell you about how many youngsters and children from here in Wayne County have benefited from the Shriners Children's Hospital. That's coming up. Also, a lot of footage and video from the fair itself. All right, all that's coming up here on WGTV Today. Today we welcome to the studio George Racher. George is a retired law enforcement officer here in Wayne County, and right now he stays busy. Well, he's always been busy with the Shriners. George, welcome.
Thank you, Wayne.
Now, you've been with the Shriners for a number of years, and tell me about the Shriners. The Shriners are divided into organizations across the state, right?
Yes, sir. We have 3 shrine temples in the state of North Carolina. We have Oasis Temple up in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. We have Amran Temple in Raleigh. Mm-hmm. And in New Bern, we have the Sudan Shriners, of which Wayne County is a member of. There's 40 shrine clubs that belong to the Sudan Temple. Mm-hmm. We have one of the largest temples in Shriners International. It used to be called Shriners of North America, but now we have shrine clubs and temples outside the United States. We have Philippines, Germany.
So it's an international organization now.
International organization. Right. We have about 6,000 members in Sudan.
Okay, and Sudan covers several local, it's made up of several local organizations, one of those of which is the Wayne County Shriners.
Yes.
And Wayne County Shriners is an organization that's been together for quite some time. You have been in the leadership role many times. And how many, would you say, how many members are there in the local Shriners, would you guess?
In Wayne County, we have a little over 240 Shriners in Wayne County. We have 140 of those people belong to, or those gentlemen belong to the Wayne Shrine Club itself. So
it's a large organization.
Have a pretty good sized organization.
Each year you have two fundraisers, and we're going to tell you about one of those fundraisers in just a moment. But you have a fundraiser in the spring to raise money for supporting the Shriners to keep your operations moving along. And then in the fall you have a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital.
Right.
And all of the money raised in the fall for with the Shrine's fish fry, all of the money goes to the Children's Hospitals. Tell me about the Children's Hospitals.
Children's Hospital, there's 22 Shriners Hospitals in North America. They treat burn injuries, orthopedic type cleft palate, lip palate, deformities, birth deformities, a wide range of disability type injuries that children are found to have. And the unique thing about the hospital is we used to have a word that said free, and we can't use the word free no more because of different reasons, but the hospital now accepts insurance. But the hospital still will take any child, regardless of the parent or the child's ability to pay for that care. We'll take that child and care for it and make sure that that child gets the best opportunity for a better life. And
you mentioned, and there's some things that are in which the hospital specializes. One is orthopedic, but there's other things as well.
Yes, cerebral palsy. They've done a lot of research recently on cerebral palsy, ahead of other hospitals through their research programs. They spend a lot of money in research on children.
And you mentioned it's they have taken the word free out of the description of the hospital, but again, the important thing here is to heal the child, or at least the child gets attention of some sort.
Get the best opportunity for that child's life. You know, I've seen some children right here in Wayne County that if they had not had the care of the Shriners Hospital, I don't want to say they wouldn't live a normal life, but they're living a much more normal life with the care that they've received.
Well, George, tell me, how many children here in Wayne County receive or have received help from the Shriners?
We're over 30 patients now. We had a boom in our industry, if you want to say that, back in July. Shriners International, Shriners Hospital for Children, hired a marketing firm to market the Shriners Hospital so we could pick up more patients, and it has paid off. We have 260 some new patients just in Sudan, just in the Greenville Hospital in South Carolina. Our other hospital is in Cincinnati, Ohio. But just since this marketing program come out, we've seen an increase in patient load, which is beautiful. It's because of Mr. Leo Burnett's love to the rescue, and I would encourage anybody that's likes to get on YouTube is punch up YouTube and go Love to the Rescue, and to get your heart about what the Shriners Hospital is doing for little children.
You know, I've seen that video, and it'll grab you. It'll grab your attention. It's called Love to the Rescue, and it's made for the Shriners, and it's a young lady explaining what the Shriners Children's Hospital is all about. And it speaks from a very personal point.
Right.
And it's only a couple of minutes long, so if you have an opportunity, you go to YouTube and do a search for the Love to the Rescue Shriners video. And it explains a lot right there. The Children's Hospitals is international, yet we still have about 30 or so patients here in the Wayne County area. Now, how do these patients get to Greenville, or in fact to Cincinnati?
Shriners will pick them up and take them if you can't take your own child.
If you can't deliver your child to the hospital, the Shriners will provide transportation.
We encourage a new patient for that first visit to the hospital. Let our Roadrunners, the Sudan Roadrunners, will come to your house, meet you, pick you up and your child, take you right to your appointment. We'll arrange lodging, if need be, for that night, or however many nights you need to be there with your child for that first appointment. See that you're fed, when the appointment's over, the roadrunners stay right with you at the hospital, and then they bring you back to your house.
All right, so they don't just drop you off and leave you there.
It's not like a taxi drop you off and come back and get you. They stay with you and bring you home. If you need follow-up transportation for follow-up appointments, that happens every time.
So this is telling me that the Shriners is, again, more interested. The interest is getting the child the attention needed to fix, treat, cure whatever problem the child may have, whether it's a cleft palate, there's an orthopedic problem.
Right.
Tell me about Leo Burnett.
Leo Burnett's a big marketing firm. They did some marketing for St. Jude's Hospital. I think they've also done some, I want to say, for McDonald's. Major advertising firm. And the program they put together is astounding in the short time they did it. They have advertisements for the Shriners Hospital on 22 cable networks and over 150 websites. People might have already seen. If you go on the a website, say for the local News and Observer up out of Raleigh, you might see a website pop up that says Shriners Hospital for Children. It has a logo like this. And punch onto that thing, and they have a message about the lady that you talked about, or a little boy named Hunter who lost his leg when he was 6 years old, and now he's a star football player at his high school.
Wow.
Just it's a beautiful marketing system, and it has definitely paid off for the Shriners Hospital.
The Shriners Children's Hospital receives funds from the Wayne County Shriners every year, and that's through a fundraiser held every October or the end of September. This year it's October 5th, which is this Friday.
This Friday coming up.
This Friday coming up. Now I'll tell you something. I have been to many of these, and if you don't even think about the fact that the money's all going to the Children's Hospital, you still have a wonderful meal. If you're eating inside the inside in the sit-down location there at Herman Park Center, you have a wonderful time. There's a lot of people in there having a good time. Also, not to mention how good the food is. Oh my goodness. Fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies. Plus, if you're eating in at Herman Park Center, you get a delicious iced tea or water with that.
Right.
Now tell me about the volunteers who puts all this together. In just a moment, there's 3 locations, and I'll tell you where that is. But tell me about the volunteers. Who's doing this?
The Wayne Shrine Club is the worker bee outfit of it, but we have a lot of people that are not Shriners, that are not associated with the Masonic organizations here in town that come out and help us. We had about 25 people last year that just volunteer. Some retired people, some businessmen. They come out and serve salad, help us set the tents up, take it down, run the food back and forth from Pate Dawson's big refrigerator truck, thaw fish. It's really a magnificent volunteer system.
So it's not only the Shriners doing this, it's the local people here, the communities coming together and helping the Shriners in their task in raising money to help the Children's Hospital.
It is. Beautiful, beautiful people.
It is that. The fish fry will be held this Friday, twice during the day, once from 11 until 2 for lunch, and then again from 4 till 7 p.m.
Yes,
for dinner. And I mentioned the fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies. 3 locations. Tell me about where they are.
We're going to go with as usual, we're going to do our drive-thrus at Herman Park.
Right.
Off in Jackson Street.
Right.
We're going to do the drive-thru at Robert's Machine Shop in Mount Olive. And then, as you've already mentioned, the sit-down dinner, or sit-down ability to eat in the Herman Park Center.
Okay, Herman Park Center, you can go in and sit down and eat. Drive through Herman Park, you don't even have to get out of your car. You just drive through, pay your money, and you get your meal, and you're on your way, whether it's 1 meal or 20 meals, right?
Right.
Now, if someone is buying for their company, and they want to buy, let's say, 50 or 100, can they get some help getting those meals?
They probably need to let us know a little bit ahead.
Ahead of time, yeah.
We do have several companies that come through the drive-thru and buy 20, 25, 30 dinners. So
do you?
We're pretty equipped to take that many at a time, but you get up to 100.
Okay, you need some notice on that. Some advance notice on that.
Come over there early, and it doesn't take very long for the food preparation crew, and Wayne's seen them do it. It doesn't take very long to fix 30, 40 dinners.
They can do it pretty quickly. Yeah.
And cook it and pack it.
Well, you have a nice little routine there, and you've been doing this a long time, and not you, well, you have, but so has everybody. The Shriners been doing this a long time, and you have a routine set up. It's kind of an assembly line.
Yeah.
And it works real well, and they do this not only in Goldsboro, but the Mount Olive location as well. Now, Mount Olive is on Highway 55, right across from Mount Olive Center, between 117 Bypass and 117 Business. Can't miss it. It's going to be a great day for the Friday fish fry, the Shriners Fish Fry. And all the money raised, I can't stress this enough, all the money raised goes to the children's hospitals.
Every penny.
How is that possible?
I
mean, all right, let me rephrase that. You give all the money, where do your operating expenses come from?
Our net profit, we have, you know, we're going to have to pay for the food.
Right.
If somebody wants to help us pay for that food, that'd be beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Our net profit, every penny of net profit goes to the hospital. We average for the fall fish fry for the hospital, we average anywhere from 15 to 20,000.
Going to the hospital?
Going to the hospital. Yeah, we have good years, we have slow years, but the last few years have been up a little bit, even though the economy is down. We have not increased the price of the $7 plate.
$7. Now, what if somebody wanted to pay $8?
They
George,
can pay as much as they want for that plate.
they can pay $9, $10.
We've had people give us a $50 bill for a plate, and that's beautiful.
That is.
But $7 a plate, we're not going to increase the price of that anytime soon, I don't think.
Wonderful.
The price of goods are going up.
Yeah. You do what you can.
We're going to help out our own cause by keeping the price low.
That's good. Well, maybe we can encourage people to give a little extra. I hope we can. Again, that's this Friday from 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. at Herman Park Center. Eat in, drive through, and take it with you at Herman Park. Just go around. Well, you drive in from Jackson Street. Drive in like you're going to drive into the Lady at the Fountain.
Right.
And then you're on your way. You don't even have to get out of the car. They bring it to you. And then in Mount Olive on Highway 55 across from Mount Olive Center. 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. I always eat lunch, and then I go back and eat dinner. Because it's so good. Plus you're helping the hospital, and you're helping the children, many of whom are right here in Wayne County. George, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Wayne. I was worried about not getting hold of you this year.
Oh, really?
Since you left your last employment.
Well, that's...
You know, I was able to hunt you down, and
you hunted me down, George.
And you have been a miraculous addition to our fish fry program with what you do for this advertisement and promoting our organization.
You're too kind. You do all the work. See, all I do is I deliver the message. That's all I do, and it's up to the public to support the Shriners, and rightly so, because it's such an important organization. You guys do wonderful work here in the county. You do so much good with your mini rigs, the little trucks. Now, who pays for those trucks?
Those are individually owned and operated.
So a Shriner pays the money out of his own pocket to buy those trucks and keeps them serviced and keeps them current. And
That's
everything.
right.
All right. I just thought you'd want to know that.
And I have to say, without that advertisement, we're not going to be successful. You can't succeed without somebody talking about you good.
Well, and I think most people know about it, and you put little signs up and all that, but I hope maybe this helps a little bit. George, I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you on Friday.
Thank you very much.
Shriners Fish Fry coming up this Friday, 3 locations, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. Now, if someone wanted to know more about it, or if they wanted to order ahead of time, how do they do that?
Just contact any of the Shriners here in Wayne County. Charles Davis and Bo Davis in Mount Olive are the co-chairmen in Mount Olive. Charles Alford and myself, contact any Shriner in Wayne County, and we'd like to thank the public for their support of what we do.
And with that said, we thank George again, and I thank you. This is Wayne Alley for WGTV.
Hi, and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host, dedicated to informing you on what's happening in your city. Today I have with me Director of Public Utilities, Karen Brashear. Welcome, Karen.
Hi, Kim. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you here, and today we're going to talk about different ways we in our community can conserve water. You're going to give us different tips on what we can do in our own home, in our own lives, and I hope you learned something today about how to conserve water. And I know we will. I know I already have just by having a discussion with you. So if you'll start with giving us some details, Karen, on what we can do to conserve water in our own homes.
Okay. Well, one of the main ways for water in our homes is that we have leaks. That's typically around 14% of all the water use in an average home, which is fairly surprising when I was looking at studies that have been done. And some of the leaks happen of dripping faucets, either outside in a hose bib or inside at various sink faucets or tub faucets will be dripping. And it's interesting that a dripping faucet, even if it drips only one drip every 2 seconds, that wastes around 1,500 gallons of water a year. Just one drip. So,
So imagine if you have multiple drips in one home.
That's correct. Let's say 2 dripping faucets, you waste 3,000 gallons of water a year. So it's
Ooh, that really makes you think.
Yeah, it
I need to go home and check all my faucets.
Well, actually people do. They need to,
Seriously.
they need to be looking at it and repairing them, with washers or whatever they
On a
need
regular
to do
basis.
to stop it. Because they're also paying for that wasted water too.
Right.
And another thing is not to leave your sink just running, like when you brushing your teeth, you don't need it to be running the whole time. I mean, if people are interested in conserving water, there are a lot of things to do like that. Also, as far as leaks, toilet flapper valves sometimes leak. And sometimes if you've ever had an older toilet that the flapper valve starts leaking, you can maybe hear it running a little bit at night intermittently. And so one way you can test to see if your toilet has a leak in the plumbing inside is to put some food dye in the top tank at the top, and you put some food dye in there, and let's say it's blue, and if you put it in the top and then you happen to see in the lower bowl, you see blue going down there, you know you have a leak in your flapper valve, and that needs to be repaired. Because otherwise water will
that's
just...
a neat little tip.
Yeah, it's simple and people can do it, and you just give it a little time if it, depending on the frequency of leaking. And there are other things you can do to save water.
Tell us some other ways.
Well,
that's interesting.
When you're watering your plants outside, use a timer instead of just turning a sprinkler on and letting it run and run and run.
And guesstimating how long it was there.
Or forgetting about it until the next morning or whatever. That wastes a lot of water also. And people are being billed for that water even though the grass doesn't care.
Right.
And, and there were some tips that I've learned from the state of North Carolina that they said people that are washing their cars, instead of just leaving an open hose just running while you're washing your car, put a, one of the hand squeezing, I guess they call it pistol grip, and use that on your car instead, so you don't waste as much water.
You have more control that way.
You do. You waste considerably less.
And I know taking long showers, that's got to be a huge one.
Yeah, especially with teenagers, it is.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, and using a shower timer, there's some that are, just like little hourglasses that you can have suction cups on the wall, and it's like a 5-minute shower is good. You can get every bit as clean as a
20-minute one.
20-minute one. You really can.
I know, knocking on that door 3 or 4 times saying, okay, enough is enough.
And there's no hot water left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So one person got it all, right?
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, how can people conserve water in their yards other than just, you talked a little bit about the sprinkler and you talked a little bit about washing cars. Are there other ways outdoors?
Those are two
the
the
two
main ones. But when on sprinklers, sometimes you can overspray a driveway or the street, and so instead of just watering your lawn, you're actually watering concrete or asphalt, and it just runs down the street. So that's not very helpful.
So you're just giving it away.
Well, you are. You're paying the city for wasting the water, actually.
Yeah. Well, do you have other comments on water use in general? Can you tell us some statistics?
We can do that. Statistically, the average American person uses 154 gallons of water a day. And we only drink maybe 1 gallon of water a day, but the rest is for other uses. Now, in other countries, when you look at studies internationally, we find out that other countries use significantly less water. And for example, in Mexico, each person uses around 73 gallons of water a day.
And we use how much?
154. And
oh my goodness.
I know, isn't that a considerable difference? But in Germany, I was surprised to also find out that they use about 48 gallons of water a day per person. It's because they are more conscientious about conserving water.
Right.
And in China, they use about 16 gallons of water a day, and that's very low for each person. So we find out that there are ways that we can use water much more efficiently. And, if it gets time to replace either a washing machine or let's say your dishwasher. You can find models now that are much more water efficient. And some of the other things you can do for reasonable cost is just to change out your shower head and put a low flow device on that.
Absolutely.
And on your aeration devices for your sink, you can put a low flow in that, and you get all the water you need, but you're not running at such force that it goes down the drain. You can actually use it more.
Right.
So those are some tips.
Wow, my goodness. So now we all need to go home and walk through our home and check everything and see, you know, are we wasting water? Are we being efficient? Are we being good stewards of our time, our money, and our water? Well, thank you, Karen. I have learned a lot myself, and I hope you all have, about water, conservation tips, what we can do to be more efficient. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Karen, for all the tips, and I hope you learned what's happening in your city.
Hi, I'm Lee Smith, Wayne County Manager, and we're here today with our new series on Why Wayne Works. And this morning I'm here with Donnie Barnes with Alta Foods.
Good morning, Lee. Good morning.
Appreciate you having us out today. We're talking about some of the things you guys are doing out here on John Street. Talk a little bit about how long Alta Foods has been in place and what you guys are doing.
Lee, we've been here about 4 years. We started up in 2008. We are a tortilla manufacturer.
Okay.
Pretty simply, we make love tortillas, we make corn tortillas, flour tortillas, whole wheat tortillas, we make flavored tortillas, sun-dried tomato, pesto, chili, cheese. Our market is primarily anybody who's going to eat a tortilla, so we sell to supermarkets. We're in approximately 2,000 supermarkets in the U.S. We go as far west as Louisiana, as far north as Massachusetts, down into Florida. And then we sell to supermarkets as well as restaurants, hospitals, cafeterias. You're actually holding an MRE pack. We sell a lot of product to the military.
Okay.
One of the things we do is we make tortillas for meals ready to eat for the military.
Wow.
It's great. We're here in the home of Seymour Johnson, so we're very proud of that. So we make the product. We actually ship it to a third party who repacks it and makes it into a kit. So for soldiers out in the field in the Middle East, they may end up with one of our tortillas that come from John Street.
Yeah, from Wayne County.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Well, I see your folks are busy at work. Talk a little bit about some of the partnerships. I know obviously you've been involved in countless things in Wayne County, but talk about some of the partnerships and kind of how that involves Alta Foods here.
Well, I mean, I think one of the best things we have going on in Wayne County is the Alliance, and specifically, I think it was great years ago when y'all decided to fund the position that Mike Haney fills that, for existing industries. You know, we all know we're in business and we love the customers that we have, but we're always trying to get the next customer. We've got to grow, we've got to grow, we've got to grow. And I know that the Alliance is in the same business. I mean, Joanna and her people out there trying to figure out how do we get the next AAR in here. It's great to have a resource that if you're an existing industry, you need something, you need some help. Yeah. You've got a point person, you can pick up the telephone, go to specifically to somebody at the Alliance doesn't have to stop doing what they're doing, recruiting a business. Yeah. We know exactly where to go, and it's a great resource, whether you need some help from the county, whether you need some help from the state, whether you need help from East Carolina, that's something they've helped us do. So
sure.
That's been a great resource.
Well, I know we always say for industry, it's really sexy to talk about new industry coming to town, but your bread and butter, the guys that have been here and the gals that have been around for a long time and keeping them going and keeping them strong. How many folks you have working for you?
We have about 21 people right now.
Great.
So We're growing. So we've been here about 4 years.
Okay.
So we continue to add people. We've added quite a few this year.
Perfect. So you say you're all the way to Louisiana. I was looking at some maps walking in. So shipping and that type thing, I assume with the new 795 and new 70, that stuff should be a benefit to you guys. That's a big thing. Transportation sounds like
it is. We ship a lot of trucks out of here going in a lot of different directions.
Okay.
795 is very important. Absolutely.
Great. Well, great. Well, I'm glad to hear about the connection now with MREs. I'll rip into this thing just a minute as soon as we go off camera. But we'll, that's great to talk about the military and the aid there. But Donnie, we appreciate what you're doing here, Alta Foods.
Absolutely.
And look forward to going around taking a look.
Yeah, Lee, this is just a snapshot of some of the products we make.
Okay.
This is our own brand. You can find it here in town at Crawley Seeds. You can find it at Piggly Wiggly.
Right.
It's called Celia's. We make it in all different sizes. This is what we call a burrito flour tortilla.
Wow.
This is a smaller fajita. This is a large pack of corn tortillas.
Okay.
This is another brand of ours, Superior. We sell this one primarily, rather than directly to the supermarket, through distributors. You'll find it more often than not in an Hispanic grocery store.
Okay.
And then these are some brands that we sell. We do what we call unbrands. So for example, this is a Lowe's product. We sell all the tortillas for Lowe's in their own brand. This is the Pathmark A&P brand we sell in the Northeast, all the Pathmark A&P stores. This is Fontova, is a brand we sell at Kroger. We have it in regular tortillas. This is what we call a multi-grain, low-fat, low-carb tortilla. This, I think we spoke briefly about. This is an MRE package that we sell. So this is just a sample. We have others. So we make products in our own brands, and we make them for a lot of other people as well.
That's great. Well, you're talking about going to the Northeast. You guys really are moving across the country with this product. That's great.
Try to go anywhere anybody's going to eat a tortilla.
That's great. All right, well, let's crack into it. This is pretty good.
All right.
We continue our series of Wayne County 4-Hers, and today we're here with Christopher Finch. And Christopher, you're homeschooled, and what grade are you in?
10th grade.
10th grade. And how long have you been in the 4-H, Christopher?
10 years.
10 years. Started at the first grade?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so what do you like to do? What makes 4-H so special?
All the public speaking opportunities, leadership opportunities, 4-H robotics, which I'm interested in.
In robotics. 4-H has come a long way the last few years. I remember, in fact, I don't recall. We never had robotics when I was in 4-H back a long time ago, but explain to me what robotics is.
The part I participate in is a club in 4-H where we build a robot and compete in a competition.
Mm-hmm. And the competition takes place, what, here in Wayne County?
Dorton Arena at the State Fairgrounds.
Is this a statewide or regional competition?
It's regional, and then it's statewide and national.
So how have you done with that?
We competed last year. We placed 17th.
Out of how many?
52.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. So that would be about, what, the top third, I guess, roughly?
Close.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So, do you plan on using your ability to create robots in future years? You gonna get into that?
Possibly.
Are you?
Something electrical engineering.
Is that your plan? You plan on college after high school?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Did 4-H help you with that?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
And with like leadership skills and public speaking skills to go out and share what I know with others.
So, in and in public speaking, I take it that that gives you the confidence to speak with strangers and other people and groups and organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say that that helps you in perhaps, or will help you in your future years in college and perhaps even after that in your career?
Definitely.
That's helped you in the past. So what do you like to do when you're not in 4-H?
I play the violin.
Really? How long have you been playing violin?
10 years.
What type of or genre of music?
Anything. I'll play anything.
Really? A little hoedown?
Maybe fiddle, classical.
Classical?
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite composer?
They're all great.
Oh, well, yes they are. So from classical to the git fiddle, you like it all. Do you play instruments besides the fiddle or the violin?
I play a little bit of drums, but not much.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a former drummer too, and I never picked up a violin, so that's a good thing. You stick with the violin. Stay away from drums. But have you decided as a sophomore? You're a sophomore, right? Okay, you're a sophomore. So have you decided on college, which college, or?
Not quite yet.
Okay. All right. But you feel 4-H will help you in that regard. All right. Do you recommend 4-H?
Definitely. It's a great program.
Yeah. Do you have aspirations for office?
Probably the county level.
Okay.
Not quite district or state. But yes, definitely. I'm going to try and run for a county office.
Very good. Well, I appreciate you being with us today, and we'll take your advice and pass it along to young people who are interested in 4-H. It's the thing to do. All right.
It is.
All right. We've been talking with Christopher Finch, who is a sophomore at homeschool, and we appreciate your being with us. My name is Wayne Alley, and this is WGTV. Today we're talking with Eddie Pitzer, and Eddie's the new manager of the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Wayne.
Man, what a job! I mean, are you prepared for this?
Well, I hope so. It's going to happen. So you know, we've been doing this for some years. Been a part of the association, so I'm looking forward to the new challenge.
Well, that's right. And you're not new to this, are you?
No, I've been the secretary treasurer for the last 20 years out here. So it's something I've been doing, just been a little more behind the scenes, where now I'm going to be a little bit more on the front line.
That indeed you are, sir. On the front line you are.
Yes, I am. So, but I'm looking forward to it, Wayne. You know, we got a lot of great people in Wayne County, and of course this is a regional fair, and we pull in people from all over, and it's really great just to be a part of it.
It is that, and it's always bigger and better. Every year it just gets bigger.
Oh, it does. It does. And it's, you know, it's always impressive to me how many people come out and how much time they spend and how much they put into getting ready for this. You know, it's not just something we start just a few weeks before, but it's a lot of people get ready all year long just to come out here.
That's exactly right. Now, your family was in the fair business at one time, is that right?
That's correct. My dad managed the North Carolina State Fair, and that happened to be a long time when I was growing up in Raleigh, so I got opportunity to spend a lot of time on the North Carolina State Fair and kind of see it grow through the years, you know. North Carolina has a lot to be proud of, and I think our North Carolina State Fair and Department of Agriculture has really helped with the fairs throughout the state. So,
Eddie, do you have a favorite part of this particular fair?
Well, you know, Wayne, I work with the livestock industry with an animal science background, and I really like the livestock shows. You know, the future of agriculture is in our youth, and I think that, you know, the more we can do to help the kids today, just to be able to expose them to agriculture, is really going to see sort of how important agriculture. It's our #1 industry here in the state, and I think the more exposure we can get with kids so that they have an opportunity to see it. So I'm looking forward to our livestock shows. We have some excellent shows. We had an excellent show last night, Thursday night, with our hog show, and of course tonight we've got our goat show, and we'll have a lot of kids coming in for that. I just think that's a great opportunity for kids to come in and spend a little time and kind of see what other kids are doing with it, and hopefully we'll get some more children involved with it. So
I know you will, because you certainly have it's in your heart. You have a passion for this. And Eddie, I'm looking forward to working with you. This is great.
Wayne, I'm looking forward to it. I've talked to a lot of people that kind of know it's coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, and I've been offered a lot of help with it. So we're looking forward to a new challenge next year, and I'm going to be glad to work with you.
Great. Well, I know you're going to do a great job. Eddie Pitzer, the new manager of the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV.
We are out of time. Can you believe that? We're at the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. The program is about over, but that means it's only about almost 8 o'clock now. So we have all day to prepare for the fair. Prepare for the fair, okay? Hope to see you out there at the fair and ride some rides and eat some fair food and just have a good old time there. Don't forget, we're on every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Kim will be back with us tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV.